Well, hello again, YouTube. Big Buffalo Paul here, sitting on the porch having a little bit of tea. It's been warm today. Still sweating out here. It's still warm. Anyway, I had planned a different video for today, and well, you know how sometimes we change our plans. And well, I'll tell you what happened. The mailman came. That's right. Actually, I think it was the UPS man came and he brought a package from Amazon today. So we're going to open it up and take a look. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about. You know what that is? That's my pocket knife. I carry a pocket knife with me just about all the time. Have since I was a little kid. Um, just something we did when we was growing up. And something I still do. Part of it probably has to do with my Boy Scout activities. But I carry a pocket knife because you never know when you're going to need a knife. And I don't carry a real expensive pocket knife. I've got a couple of pretty expensive pocket knives that were passed down to me from my dad and my grandfather. But I don't carry them with me on a daily basis because nowadays you never know when you're going to end up somewhere where they're going to say, oh, sorry, you're going to need you to empty your pockets. And if you got a knife, they're going to say, well, you can't have that knife, so we're just going to take it. And they just throw it in a big old barrel and it never comes back. So I try to carry a pretty decent little knife. This is a pretty nice little knife. I think I bought this one at the co-op here in town, and it's worked out pretty good for me for a while. I like to carry a pocket knife, but I'm a little forgetful sometimes, and I leave it somewhere or I lose it somewhere. So I don't, carry a real expensive knife with me all the time, but I like to have a pocket knife with me. And well, today in our mail call here uh, is a knife deal. I look at knives every once in a while online, and of course, Facebook gets you in the algorithm and started showing me knives. And, well, I had looked at some kitchen knives online, and so I got in the algorithm for this particular knife or a type of this knife, and I got to look at that. And I thought, well, that's pretty interesting, and I kind of like knives, so thought I'm gonna get me one of them one of these days. And I told Miss Pookie, and she said, well, Father's Day's coming up. Why don't you order you one? And I said, oh, I might do that for Father's Day. So anyway, Father's Day came and went, and I hadn't ordered it yet. And she asked me about it, and I said, well, I never did order it. And she said, well, go ahead and order that knife for yourself. So I said, okay. So I ordered it, and it came today in the mail. So let's see what we got. We'll use our pocket knife to get into this. It's not really an unboxing, I guess. It came in an envelope instead of a box. But we'll get this started here. Fold that up so it's good and safe, and then we'll see what we got in here. Alright. And so, pull it out here, and it's all wrapped up. You can't even see it yet. So, we'll take some of this plastic wrap off. Yeah, looks like we got some more tape on here. So let's see if we can slide this up in there. Yeah, now I'll have to sharpen that. Cutting that plastic and that tape's not good for your knife blade. I use mine to cut zip ties and stuff all the time, so it doesn't stay real sharp. But anyway, all right. Let's see what we got here. Now, this is the algorithm I got into was for a Siberian butcher knife. Some people call it a Siberian, some places they called it a Siberian cleaver. And what it is, it's a big hunk of metal. It's supposed to be hand forged and all this stuff. And it's got a full tang on the knife. And got this nice leather sheath here. That's pretty nice way to store it. But anyway, that's a pretty heavy duty piece of cutlery there. And so they call it a Siberian butcher knife or Siberian chef's knife. so it's been oiled up a little bit. So anyway, that's what we got. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it in the house and we're gonna cut some vegetables and stuff from the garden up with it, and see how sharp it is right out of the box. And then we're gonna keep trying it out every once in a while and see how we like it. I think I'm gonna like it pretty good. It's heavy, it feels good in my hand. But got this today in the mail, so let's go give it a try. Kind of got my head cut off here, but main thing we're going to look at is going to be happening right here on the cutting board. Anyway, here's a little better look at the knife. You can see it's got the hammered finish on it. It's supposed to be hand hammered and stuff, so it got a good hammered finish on it. Feels like it's got a pretty decent edge on it. We're going to try it out here. I haven't sharpened it or anything since I took it out of the bag. I did wash it off a little bit and wipe it down to get some of that oil off of it. It was pretty heavily oiled for the shipping. But this gives you a little better look at what the knife looks like, because there's a little better light in here than there is out there on the porch. Anyway, we got a few vegetables back here. Some of our stuff from our garden. We're starting to get a few tomatoes. And we're getting some cucumbers on a pretty regular basis and some squash. And today's first day we got okra, so we got a little okra. So we're going to cut a few vegetables up here and just kind of see how it works and see what we think. Tell you what, we'll start with a little piece of okra here. We got a little curved guy here. We'll try him out. And now, and cut through the okra pretty good. Not too bad, kind of a good heavy feel. Got a little rock in the blade even that kind of helps you with your cutting there. So that's a pretty nice deal. All right, let's try a little bit of squash here. We got us a squash right here. Let's see how we do slicing that bad boy up. Oh yeah. Goes through there pretty good. Let's see how thin of a slice we might be able to get here. Well, that's a pretty thin chip off of that. Let's try again here, see if we can get a full piece. Yeah, not quite a full piece, but still does pretty good, even cutting pretty thin. So go ahead and finish this squash up down here in the neck where it gets a little tougher. It's still just cutting right through, no problem at all. All right, put all this up here later. We'll have a little something for supper. And then I tell you what, I guess the true test of any knife is going to be how it does slicing a tomato. So we got a little tomato here off of our tomato plants out there. We'll see how we do with the tomato. Well, I'll be honest with you, the way that knife kind of smashes the tomato a little bit and gives it a little squeeze, so it's not cutting right through the skin to start with. So, but it's not bad for slicing a tomato. Be good for a sandwich or a burger. Don't know how thin we can get with a tomato slice, because that, like I said, that knife doesn't cut right through that skin, so it's probably going to need a little sharpening on it. And we're going to give it a little sharpening. Yeah, I like to keep my knives sharp because a dull knife will cut you quicker than a sharp knife will, so you want to have a good sharp knife when you're using a knife. Anyway, kind of gives you an idea of what our knife does right out of the box. we'll sharpen her up and we'll try her again on another video. But right out of the box, I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a good weight to it. It's got a good feel to it. Feels good in my hand. It's a good thick piece of metal. And I think it's really going to be good. And I got this nice scabbard here to store it in. So nice leather scabbard. So I think I'm going to be pretty happy with this knife. Like I said, we'll be using it in some more projects later on, and we'll do an update on it in a few weeks. I had another deal planned for this week, and we're going to be doing it this weekend, and it'll post up next week. May have another special on Monday, because got another thing coming up that if it happens, we're going to have a video about it on Monday. But anyway, so I got some video ideas coming up, and pretty happy with the knife. And now we're going to go out and do a wrap up on the porch, and I appreciate you joining me here in Miss Pookie's kitchen. And of course now I got to clean up. Well, that's the new knife I got in the mail today, and I got it cleaned up again, and I got it put back in its storage scabbard here, and we're gonna put it away, and we'll be using it from time to time. Like I said, it's gonna get out and get a good sharpening here in a few days, and then we'll as we work with it, we'll share it in some more videos and do a little update on it down the line. Anyway, if you don't carry a knife, or if you don't have a good knife, you need to think about that. A good knife is a man's best friend. Well, next to his dog. Mine just went off in the tall grass there. But anyway, get you a good knife, keep it good and sharp, and it'll do what you need to do when you need to do it. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you hadn't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notifications when the Buffalo Pile posts up. And as always, I'm sitting here on the porch with a glass of Miss Pookie's iced tea. Y'all come see me sometime.